one of the reasons I don't believe that it is the only asset. I think it is a pristine asset. It has attributes, but it won't be everything. So the whole space looks like it can go to up 200x from here at least. Okay, that's, we've never had this before. Whole asset class is going up 200x. But that's what adoption effects do.
I've seen your fair share on Twitter fighting against some of the Bitcoin maxi trolls. I also hold altcoins. Yeah, where do you see value in altcoins? How do you see the value? How do you see the notion from a lot of Bitcoin maximalists that the only thing valuable in the world right now seems to be Bitcoin?
So I went and proved it, that network effects operate perfectly in Ethereum. In fact, it operates in every one of these. In fact, all new technologies are network effect driven. So I don't believe that utilities have a zero function. Some that are badly designed may do, but most I don't believe will. The hard question is which ones are going to succeed and which ones aren't. I don't know the answer to that. So the reason I think maximalist school of thought is we all got caught out in 2017 because we bought these tokens and they went to zero. Guess what? They were all early stage projects. And if you understand how the VC world works, 80% of what you invest in is going to go to zero or go nowhere. And it's really the 20%, 10%, 5% that you make the money in. I just don't buy into that argument. I understand there's a probability of it. So, I'm not saying it's a 0% chance. There is a probability. This whole idea that anything that is a utility trades at the cost of electricity, I just think is false. I think it's false because of Metcalfes law adoption effects. And we've seen that time and time again. Now, when John Pfeffer wrote the paper that everybody refers to, every Bitcoin Maximus holds as like, here is the prophet of truth, he basically wrote off network effects. So I went and proved it, that network effects operate perfectly in Ethereum. In fact, it operates in every one of these. In fact, all new technologies are network effect driven. So I don't believe that utilities have a zero function. Some that are badly designed may do, but most I don't believe will. The hard question is which ones are going to succeed and which ones aren't. I don't know the answer to that. So the reason I think maximalist school of thought is we all got caught out in 2017 because we bought these tokens and they went to zero. Guess what? They were all early stage projects. And if you understand how the VC world works, 80% of what you invest in is going to go to zero or go nowhere. And it's really the 20%, 10%, 5% that you make the money in. So what was the one out of 2000 that did well, out of 2017? Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is around today. It hasn't taken out its peak versus Bitcoin yet, but it's taken out its all-time high. Will it outperform Bitcoin over time? Who knows? I think for a period of time, certainly. And I think over a longer period of time, probably. So how I look at this is Bitcoin is currently $1 trillion-ish, and the rest of the space is, call it $700 or $800 million. If I look at the equity space, or the fixed income space, or the credit space globally, they're all about 300 to 500 trillion. So if this is truly as disruptive as we think it is, which is the internet of value, then it's going to be worth something like that, if not more. So the whole space looks like it can go to up 200x from here at least. Okay, that's, we've never had this before. Whole asset class is going up 200x. But that's what adoption effects do. And that's what this whole parallel system that's being built. We know we've got this broken system that we live in now. Whether you're European, Japanese, American, we all know that we've got this debt burden system where the banking system doesn't function. There's a terrible disparity between the rich and the poor. Wages aren't increasing, all of the problems that we've got. Then over here, there's a bunch of really smart people in the thousands or tens of thousands who are building an alternative system. And people are slowly migrating across. And that is not just a system of money. And that's where a lot of the Bitcoin people get confused between money and value. Assets have value, they don't have to be money. A Picasso is not money, it is value. So I think those two things are different. And I think once the the whole space builds interoperability, you and I won't care what platform we're buying and selling or streaming on. You know, you'll be streaming for money in real-time payments, and you don't care whether it's on Tron, you know, whatever. I mean, it's irrelevant to you as long as you get paid whatever source of money you want, be it Bitcoin or euros or dollars or whatever you choose. You know, it's that early stage that people are fighting over the wrong thing.
In what other cryptocurrencies do you see value at the moment?
The answer is I don't know. I see value in the space. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough bandwidth to go through all of these because they all sound super interesting, right? Everything's like, oh my God, that's incredible. Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. Problem is what's going to get network effects and what's not? What's going to find the use cases? What's going to find the developers? I don't know. Ethereum, for sure. I mean, that's a surefire, major platform that is going to play a major part in the future. But the others, I honestly don't know, you know? So I just bought a basket of 10 alts. I did it in a very unscientific way. If my thesis is network effects, I went onto Twitter and said, shill me your best alts.
You counted which one got chilled the most?
Kind of looked at it and I could figure it out, right? And it basically breaks down to DeFi, decentralized exchanges, some alternative protocols, and the interoperability layer. And amongst those, you pretty much cover everything. So I just kind of did an allocation equally weighted amongst those and took kind of what seemed to be the largest market cap that had the most number of smart people interested in it. That wasn't based on just kind of the hype cycle, but had some really interesting people involved. Whether it was investors in, you know, if you look at Polkadot, I mean, there's serious people behind Polkadot. So you have to take it seriously. Whether it works or not, who knows? But you can take it seriously. And so you then have to size it. You have to size it accordingly as well, because you're going to have to realize a bunch of these just aren't going to work out. But a few of them
you have to be willing to lose. Yeah,
that's right.